Is that low enough for you, Frank? Check it out. Tell me.
Rockin' them Ducos. Hey man, I was gonna show you right here too. The Ducos come with this shit too, dude. Look at that.
Oh, okay. Nice.
It's a nice case, dude.
Yeah, very nice.
Pretty fucking bulletproof.
Very, very nice. Something fell out of there. Is that good for you?
That's alright, dude.
Yeah, I know you got sensitive
I thought it was
ears.
Dude, I just got a good
You're getting old and you're getting sensitive, dude.
What's ups?
Wow, look at this.
What's today? Sunday
the 19th, May 19th. May 19th.
Graduation season, dude.
Yep, everybody's graduating high school, colleges, fucking second grade, first grade, kindergarten,
Fuck.
third grade. They have a graduation for every grade, don't they?
I was just telling you, man, like fucking graduation and wedding, like that's an extra $400 this month just for gifts.
You don't have to get us nothing.
Shut up, bitch. Come on.
Fuck. Well, unless you can give it directly to me, I don't give a fuck.
I'm gonna kick down. Like I said, it's $100, dude. You're giving out $100 each time you go. So if you did fucking one Saturday and one Sunday, you're looking at an extra $800 this month.
Oh shit, dude. Yeah. Or just not go. Save yourself.
It just sucks, man. I mean, fuck. You want to be nice, but
don't do that for me.
Dude, it's not for you. It's for your daughter, dude.
I'm not getting none of it. If it ain't coming in my pocket, I don't give a fuck.
Dude. Well, let's stay our what's ups, dude. We'll get on some shit.
Do your what's ups.
What's up to Brian's Automotive? Thanks for fixing my car. It's running good. New subscriber, Shay Sutter. What's up, little guy? He's on the team now, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's up to Ben Herrera? What's up to Austin Sullivan? Orlando Ortega? Pauline Brizuela? Stephen Gordon? What's up to Maya Rubio Frazier? What's up to Isabel Frazier Rubio? What's up to Ken Rowan? And our special guest, shout out this week, goes to
Surprise me.
Lady that now resides in Harold, California.
Give it to me.
She was an excellent kickballer back in second grade.
I'm still
probably the third or the fourth girl always picked for kickballing.
I'm still in the dark.
We had an escapade back when we were about 16 or 17 where we did a night mission and went to her friend's house. And me and you both had extracurriculars.
Now you got me curious.
There were so many. What's up to Jennifer Benner?
Oh.
Go girl. That's our what's ups, man.
Okay.
So what's up, man? What do you want to? Let's bang on something light before we get into the big one today,
What do you want to bang on, dude?
How about home life versus environment?
Home life versus environment.
Yeah.
As far as what?
So you're saying about fucking like education for kids?
Oh, are you gonna give your kids I'm thinking geographics, like giving your kids a better chance to succeed. Like if you lived in a fucked up area, I mean, not to say your kids can't succeed, but if you can, would you put your kids in a better environment to succeed? Like, why not? Why not? If you're more concerned with, and I've seen people do this, we're gonna buy a house in a kind of a fucked up area because we can buy a house and we can afford it there, rather than rent a house in a nicer area. That's kind of selfish, like in a way, because you're putting your kids in sometimes harm's way, and you can't say that's not true because it is true. Because you're dealing with, when you deal with lower poverty level, you're dealing with more crime and shit. So you're going to put your kids in a more fucked up situation to succeed, rather than maybe make some sacrifices just to say that you own a home, or just because it's cheaper to live there and you can do more things outside that. Like, to me, this is my perspective, and I was telling my daughter this, is look, when you have a kid, your priorities as far as your personal happiness go out the door. Like, my priority is to make sure my kids are happy first. My priority is make sure my kids do the best that they can first. So if I put them in harm's way, if I put them in a fucked up area to live, to go to school, I don't think I'm doing my best as a parent, dude. And I don't think that's the only only thing that makes them succeed.
Let me throw this one at you then. So you think that if you lived in a different area, you would give your kids different attention?
No. I would give my kids the same amount. I'm talking about, okay.
So
so they go to school. They're among liked students that maybe play sports, or their parents are that have the same focus that I have. They're trying to give their kids a better life. Like, if I put them in a fucking fucked up area, my kid's probably gonna maybe get picked on. Maybe he's gonna be fucking bullied. Maybe he's gonna have more. There's gonna be more drugs around him. Maybe he's not gonna feel like I'm putting him in the best scenario to succeed.
Yeah, and my thing is that it's, I think more so than the environment, it's the home life, man.
I'm not saying that's not a big factor.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying there's multiple factors. Because I think you would raise your kids the same way.
100%.
And if you see it now, like, you got all these hipsters that are moving to Oak Park, that are moving into South Sac, right? They're taking the worst house in a deliberate, a fucked up neighborhood. Dilapidated neighborhood, and they're fucking tricking these houses out. They're
gentrifying it.
They're taking these standard tract homes that were built in the 1950s and 60s, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they're completely blowing them up, man. And they're fucking putting all types of different acute angles and fucking windows. And
those people are probably sending their kids to private schools.
And one of the things I hate the most that they do is they fucking cut the driveway up, right? Mm-hmm. And they have like these 3-piece driveways that have like gravel or grass that go between.
Yeah. I see that.
You know as well as I do that fucking pad is gonna crack, right?
Right. It's more for aesthetics. It's not for use. It's not for direct.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But and they're going to be even. I mean, I just know what's going to happen in the future. It may look great right now, but fucking 10 years from now, it's fucked. But my thing is, I'm saying you see it in the Asian households, because by far, Asians, like I was telling you, whether you're Laos, Hmong, Chinese, Japanese, doesn't matter what Asian descent, they have a strong home life.
Mm-hmm.
Because most of the time you got the mom and dad,
and they're real big on education.
That's another one. If you look race wise, lowest divorce percentages with the Asian families, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you got mom and dad, and then you usually have like grandma and grandpa on one side or the other, or both at the house. You have multiple families living together in houses. You have multiple children in that house. So all these children are trying to prove to mom and dad, hey, I'm the smartest, I'm the best. In a lot of instances...
Well, a lot of them have arranged marriages, which they say arranged marriages last longer than just regular meeting somebody at the grocery store or online marriages.
Well, yeah, because death and disembowelment's involved if you break the contract.
Yeah, but that's probably back in the days. I'm talking about now, dude.
No, dude, look at they cut fingers off.
Oh, they ain't cutting no fucking fingers off, dude. In America, they ain't doing that shit, dude.
I was bullshit with my boy at bowling. I was like, look at, dude, I'm fucking Yakuza and shit.
Yakuza.
He's all, fuck you, that ain't nothing. He has 4 fingers off. But I think the biggest thing you can give your kids, the biggest advantage you can give them among anything else, is parental guidance.
No, 100%. I agree. But then those are those times that you're not with your kids, so you're trying to put your kids in a better place, because you can't be with them 24/7, right? Okay. They got to go and they got to experience life on their own. So when they're out there, do you want them walking home with a couple buddies that are going to play sports after school, and their parents are working too? Or do you want them walking home with kids that are probably got drugs in the home, that got troubled homes? You probably don't want your kids walking with, because they're going to be influenced by that, right? Or if they're being bullied in an area like, I like the area that we live in. Like, there's none of that. There is probably some that you don't see, but for the most part, I see the kids. They come over the house. They're like good kids. They're good parents.
You live in the Manhattan of West Sacramento.
No.
Yes, Southport's out on an island by itself out there, dude.
But what is it? Why wouldn't I try to do that to give my kids a better chance to succeed? Why would I put them in an environment where they're probably going to be a lot harder for them? Why would I do that? For selfish reasons? Then that makes me not as good of a parent. Because I'm thinking about myself.
Okay, let me throw this one at you, because I've seen this too. When we lived on Camden Lake in Elk Grove, right? Mm-hmm. These are big houses. I mean, most of them are over 3,000 square foot. You have some 5,000-6,000 square foot houses. Mm-hmm. These are big fucking houses, man.
Mm-hmm.
This kid I'm working overnight. This kid, I see him. This is like 2:30 in the morning. I'm sitting in the front and I see him walking by. I'm like, what the fuck's he doing out there, right? And I knew the kid because he played with my other kid, one of my younger kids. And he was about 12 years old. So I go out and say, hey, what's up? And I knew where he lived too. And I was like, what are you doing over here? He was, I was just with my friends and we got into a fight. So now I'm going to walk home, this and that. I said, all right. So I get car keys. I go take him home. This dude had the gun, right? You remember the story? This dude had he had a gun. Little 12-year-old kid had his dad's gun with him. We're suburbia, super suburbia. Camden is just like Southport. It's on a little thing by its own, you know what I mean?
Okay.
And all well-to-do people in there. This kid has the best setup you can ever have. Fucking mom's a doctor, dad's a police officer, that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. But they're never around.
Right. No, I agree. It's not one circumstance. It's all that. It's the parenting. It's putting them in a good environment. It's all that added together, dude.
But the common thread there is parental attention. Like, if you're not giving your kids attention, I don't care where you live, they're going to be less than a kid that's getting attention.
I agree. But, I mean, these kids are growing up in these bad areas. I'm sure their parents care about them just as much as I care about my kids. And a lot of them don't have a chance. You know, it's harder for them to succeed. And, you know, that's not an excuse, but that's just reality. So, but if I could, why wouldn't I just put my kids in a better environment to succeed? Like, let's just go that extra step. Why would I, you know, take them and put them in a fucked up area so they fail? Like, or they would be more influenced by drugs or whatever. Like, maybe some people can overcome that. Maybe people are stronger willed and have more drive to succeed and whatever. But not everybody's built the same. So if I feel like my kid's not built like that, I'm going to give him all the opportunities for him to do good. Like, why not? Why would I?
I know. I mean, I'm sure Menlo appreciates the $50,000 you donated towards the library, you know, before your daughter started going to school there.
Uh-huh. I get those letters all the time for donations, and not happening.
Hey, but there are parents that lie about shit like that, and they'll put a different zip code. Like, they live in a different zip code to get their kids into a different school. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, 100%. My kid's supposed to go to school where we live, and that's supposed to be the best school, and he can't get in there because it's overpopulated. So there's no way it's overpopulated. That means kids from other housing areas are going to school there. People are lying about which is okay because I like where my kid goes to school at. I want him to stay there. But I don't see nothing. I don't see why. Well, I see the double-edged sword on that. I do see. I see what the parents are trying to have this prestigious, like, my kid goes to this elementary school or whatever. I don't care about that. I just want him to go a place where it's like he's comfortable. He's going to get a good teaching. He's going to get, you know, he's around good kids. That's all I want. I don't care. I'm not going to say, yeah, my kid, I went to, you know, this prestigious school. Like, nah, I don't give a fuck about that.
No, I'll tell you, like, so all my kids have gone to different schools, but my two youngest ones, they went to Lake Canyon from kindergarten to like fifth grade, right? Mm-hmm. At fifth grade, because the school's on that side of Carillion, right? We're on a zip code. We're on the other side. We're supposed to, you know, the school's right here. Mm-hmm. So I told my wife, I said, look, at sixth grade, Isabel's going to switch schools. Both the girls, because this school over here is like maybe quarter-mile walk. This one's like 900 yards. So I said, and she's like, why? And this and that. I said, look, what's going to happen is when they get ready to go to middle school, because all the elementary schools feed into one middle school here in Galt, right?
That's crazy.
But I said, look, she's going to have all her friends that she grew up with from Lake Canyon, and she's going to make all these new friends at Marengo this year. So when she goes to seventh grade, she's going to know kids from both schools. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But it's a building block for her to become a better person because she's going to know more people, different personalities, all that shit.
Right. You should definitely do that. Well, my kid's school goes from kindergarten through 8th. And what they do is they make, like, the 6th graders have a 3rd grade buddy. They'll make the 8th graders have a 6th grade buddy.
Yeah.
Like, they do that so all the kids will know each other, and there's only one high school in West Sac. Which is cool. I think that's cool. I like the way it's set up. It's a good deal. But I definitely think we should just... I was looking at some different people, and I was like, how could I make their kids, if they were my kids, and because they're in a fucked up situation, you know, and they're older, and I was like, how could I have changed their lives? Could I have done it? Do I think I could have done it? I think I could have.
And I think the biggest part of that is you putting in time.
Oh, 100%. And this is what I argue with Sarah about sometimes too, is that I never give up, right? I never quit. As far as like, I'll fucking argue all fucking night to the point where the kids, Sarah won't argue sometimes with the kids who'll be like, you know what? I don't want to deal with it right now. So that's her thing. I don't want to deal with it right now. And I'll fucking deal with it 24/7. I don't fucking care.
Yeah.
I'll never let it go. There's never be a spot where I said, you know what? I just don't want to deal with this right now. I'm relentless. Like, I'm an asshole. And I was asking her, my daughter last night, I'm like, you know what? Am I such an asshole that it hurt you or it helped you? And she goes, oh, it helped me. It helped me. She goes, but she goes, I had to have both parents because if it was just you and you were an asshole all the time, I might be fucked up. She goes, I had to have mom to be there to be like telling me, you're still doing good. You're great. You're the greatest ever and all that shit. She goes, you still have to have that. So a 2-parent household is an advantage to kids succeeding.
No, they need it, man. You need the female and you need the masculine on both.
Oh, I agree.
Both
I agree.
But like I told my kids, I said, look, I am gonna flick your nuts. Even my daughters, I said, I'm gonna flick your nuts.
I don't know what that means with your daughters. What does that mean?
It's just busting their balls, you know,
okay.
like fucking.
I was like, don't flick them.
No. I'm gonna discourage them and make them want to be better.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they really do something that's really cool, I acknowledge it. Say, hey, you did a good job. I love you. But you could have done better.
Yeah.
You know, I mean...
Just be honest with them.
Yeah, I'm not going to say, you're pretty, you're great, you're smart. Oh, no. I'm like, fucking do better. Okay? Are you proud of yourself? You're proud of yourself. Well, make me proud of you now, you know?
100%. That's what the whole thing with, like, my daughter's basketball is like, when she sucked, I said, you sucked. You're terrible. You did terrible. You didn't try, whatever. I was just honest with her. So when I said you did good, she knows she really did good.
Yeah.
It's like my little boy. He likes to draw, right? So he'll draw something. I said, that's kind of shitty. And so, well, you can't tell him that. That's not encouraging. I'm like, I'm just telling him the truth. And then when he takes his time, he can actually draw pretty good for his age. I'm like, now that's pretty good. So he knows if I say that's good, it's good. If I say that's shitty, it's shitty. Like, at least I'm honest with him. But it's not like I'm just not encouraging. I'm like, you could do way better than that. That looks like shit. Like, take your time. It'll come out better. And he does, and it comes out better. And I think that's encouraging. I think we spend too much time trying to be friends with our kids and trying to coddle them and tell them, no, that you're great. They're not great at everything.
That's the problem, dude. That's the bubble wrap generation, the fucking helicopter parents. The kids don't know disappointment. They don't know failure.
Exactly. They're bad at more shit than they're good at, dude. So just be honest with them, and they'll be better at that shit that they should be.
Yeah.
I like that shirt.
You got some of these shirts, man.
That's a different one. No, I didn't get those.
You don't got this?
No, I got the red ones. The motherfuckers red ones.
Oh, yeah.
That one's a cool one. I like that one.
I'll get you some, dude. I got some of these in.
That's cool.
That's the new motherfucking shit right there.
So did we figure out how to fucking help our kids be better?
I think personally we're doing a good job, dude. I'm 4 for 4 launching kids. They're fucking starting their own lives, right?
Just start your own lives. And
fucking, I got a granddaughter, you know. I mean, every now and then my kids hit me up for something, but they're not on the regular like, Dad, I'm $50 short, or I need 100 or something. Like, they're not like that. They're fucking self-sufficient, fucking contributing.
That's all you want, contributing, self-sufficient people.
Yeah.
Right? Good people that ain't fucking robbing and stealing and doing dope, and their kids are fucking being raised by grandparents and all this other shit.
That's another thing. With the high, even with my brother and my sister that I raised, with the high addiction chance, because my mom was an addict, my dad was an addict, my grandmother was an addict, we have a long line of addicts that these guys, maybe it's a chain breaker thing, but none of my kids are dope fiends. None of them are fucking alcoholic shit,
Mm-hmm. Knock on wood.
But you can usually tell. Oh my gosh. Kayla, we're on the show.
Oh.
So we good on that?
I think so, man. Knock that bitch out. Go ahead, pick it, dude.
Fuck, you want to talk about abortion? Because that's going to go on for a little bit. And you've been
Let's
on
do
this
it.
abortion kick, dude.
Dude, it's pretty simple to me, man.
Dial it in.
So I was, what happened last week, I was kind of like, I'm down for, like an 8-week abortion or whatever. Because I went and seen that movie Unplanned with my kids and my old lady. And actually when we came out of, my old lady was kind of pissed off. But I was like, man, if you could see a little baby in there and it's going in there to try to suck it or kill it, right? And the baby's going like this. It's trying to get away from it, you know, like you can tell it's getting hurt and shit.
Oh, I watched something on that too. They said that's just a reaction that there all the science proves that there is no physical pain or there's no mental change. It's just a reactionary thing.
Dude, that's like when they say dogs are.
I'm just saying it's a science consensus that I was listening to something like that.
Yeah, well, when you see it, it's fucking pretty. You can tell the baby's like trying to get away from it inside the belly.
It's like a dead spider that reacts.
Yeah, but you're saying a 7 or 8 month old baby's doing that?
No.
You don't think it has feelings or
sure it does.
Can't feel pain?
I'm sure it probably does.
So at what point do you think they don't?
I don't know.
Feelings?
I'm not a scientist, dude.
Well, what changed my mind, like I said the other day, was I was listening to a show. It was a Mike Gallagher show, and he had people call in that were
the comedian's brother.
No, fucking Gallagher. So he had people call in that were victims of rape that had the children, right? Mm-hmm. And he had like 5 of them in a row, and every one of these people that called in and talked about it, you know, hardest decision they had in their life.
Okay.
I mean, you can tell it was something they did not really want to go through with, but they did. And after they had these children, like Valerie Gatto, that's the one that sticks out because she's hot as hell. She's smart as hell. I mean, check it out. It's Valerie, Gatto, Valerie Gatto. So you hear these stories, and every one of the kids that survived abortion that called in and stuff were saying, you know, thank you for giving me my life. Thank you for letting me be alive. You know, they're happy. So what had happened was, during listening to the show and stuff, it changed my mind where I'm now pro-life. I'm pro-life, man. That's where I sit with it now.
I'm pro-life too, but I'm also, like, that's where I think where people are, there's a misconception is you can't be pro-life and be pro-choice. Like, just because I'm pro-choice doesn't mean I'm pro-abortion. I'm just in the place where if it's not my decision to make, it's your decision to make. You have to live with that decision. So I'm not going to tell somebody else what to do with their body. I'm just not. I'll never get to that point. I mean, I personally, if I was in a situation where, so let's just say Sarah we got pregnant, and she at our age is like, well, you know, I want to keep it. I would suggest to keep it. I was like, yeah, I want to keep it. But if like my daughter or my wife got raped and had a baby and they want to have an abortion, I would support them too. 100%. So that's where I'm at. I'm at where you make a decision for your own body. And then I don't see, you know, we have so many laws in this country too of where the 25 male decide in a state where a female is going to have an abortion or not. Or we decide where straight males decide a law for homosexuals. Or we just, you know, we make laws where it doesn't affect us. Well, I just seen that guy who's pro-life and that Republican, and come to find out he's dropping out because he was trying to get his girlfriend his side chick of abortion. It's like when it affects you, all of a sudden it changes your perception or your idea. Oh well, it's just like the guys who are politicians who are so far against gays, but you find out they come out of the closet and they were sleeping with another guy.
Yeah.
You know, they're just hypocritical. Then I don't want to be hypocritical because if it ever came to that spot in my life where my daughter got raped and she wants to have an abortion, I'd be 100% supportive and would be like, no, you got to have it. Well, that's not my decision to make, and I don't have to live with it.
Here's my thing, and I went over it with Michelle about it. And there is a time where this it's a fetus, right? It's not really a baby yet. It's a fetus. It's like a tadpole. She was saying. You know, it may have a head and then it has like a little appendage or something like that, right? Mm-hmm. Or they have the heartbeat bill now, right? Or like if it has a heartbeat, you can't get an abortion. So you're talking, you got 6 or 8 weeks there. You got 2 months where you could have had an abortion and there's no issues. Or there's even the day after pill. Say you got raped, you take the day after pill, it fucking flushes everything out, right? Mm-hmm. So there's opportunity and there's fucking chance there to do something before you ever need to get a doctor involved.
I agree that the decision should be made early. Yeah. I mean, you find out you're pregnant. Okay, Dad, I'm going to have an abortion. Okay, well, that's something you have to live with, and that's your decision. Whatever you do, I'm always going to love you and support you. That's something that you have to deal with the rest of your life, right? That's you. That's not me. I'm not going to have to sleep with that every night. That's your decision. That's her body. That's her decision to make. It's not my body.
Well, here's another thing,
But if it was
man.
like 7-8 months and she's like, I don't know if I want to keep it, I'd be like, it's too late, dear. You need to keep it, and we could put it up for adoption. Yeah, I would be like that. I'm using common sense, though. I'm using reality. I'm not using this.
That was another story.
Benign logic.
Another story that was on there was this 15-year. She was 15 at the time. She got molested by her grandfather.
Sickening, dude. Fucking sickening.
She had twins. Right?
Mm-hmm.
She went full term, had twins, gave them up for adoption. So through the ancestry DNA shit or whatever, right? The two twins are looking for their mom.
Mm-hmm.
They find her on that ancestry DNA thing. They're a fucking 98% match, which is fucking like that's fucking their mom.
Mm-hmm.
So they meet. They're like, I want to say they're 16 at the time, and now they fucking share, Christmas, Easter, Thanksgiving.
And they found out who their dad was?
Yeah, they found out the whole story, what was going on.
That would suck, bro.
And then, they're like, hey, Mom, we forgive you. We understand. We don't have any. We're just glad we have you now in our family.
That's a good story.
And when she's telling the story, dude, I'm almost fucking crying. I'm driving. I'm like, fuck, oh, my God, dude, this is, it just, heart, it just jerks you. Like that 3 Identical Strangers. Did you watch that?
No, I haven't seen that yet.
Oh man!
But both my kids were a product of like an accident, right?
Yeah.
And the best things that ever happened in my life, right?
Yeah.
So I don't, just because I believe in a woman's right to choose, it doesn't mean I believe in abortion.
Now, when you say in a woman's right to choose, what are you really saying? That she has the ability to kill?
To choose to do whatever she wants with her own body. I would never even put it in that terms, because that's kind of like guilting people. Like, so you're gonna kill your baby. Like why would I say that to somebody? Why would I deliberately like?
Because you're evading evading the fact, man. You're evading
the fact that that's their fact to have. It's not my fact to have.
I know, dude. but what you're basically saying, you say it's woman's choice, or the woman has the right, right? But what is the right that she has? What is it? What does it really break down to? The right that she has to do with her own body. Her own body. Okay, so
I'm not going to govern that. I'm not going to have government govern her own body.
Okay, so like
maybe there should be restrictions on it. Maybe there should be at 6 months or whatever it is. Maybe there should be restrictions on it. But I'm not going to have the right to govern over somebody's body. I'm not doing that. It's just fucking dictatorship and stuff.
Again, you're saying the right for a woman's body, her choice for her body. Mm-hmm. But what is the right you're giving her? What is the choice you are giving her?
To not have a child that she's not ready for, or that she was raped, or that might eventually make her die, or whatever the circumstances.
And and that's just a falsity, because in every state, even in Alabama, if it's the mother's life or the baby's, they save the mom. That's the rule.
Yes, but in Alabama, it's also, but it excludes rape and incest in that.
Alabama, they're going after the doctors. The women still have the choice. And here's the other thing. If you're pregnant in Alabama by somebody that raped you, or fucking your dad fucked you or something like that, you can go right over to Tennessee, or you can go to New York.
It's not going to stop. You can make laws or whatever. You can make laws about guns. You can make laws. It's not going to stop. They're going to use a coat hanger.
That's right.
They're going to put themselves in jeopardy.
Yeah, and I heard the stories about women getting sepsis and stuff like that from fucking bad abortion. Look at the movie Dirty Dancing, right? Mm-hmm. That dealt with abortion.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody thinks about the fucking lift and her baby sitting in the corner and dancing, and Patrick Swayze and all that. But the movie was about an abortion. I mean, that's what happened.
I don't know if it was basically about abortion.
What was the big thing in that movie? Fucking baby lying to her dad about fucking Johnny's girlfriend, or Johnny's just friend.
Dirty dancing.
Yeah.
I like dirty dancing.
But when it breaks down to it, when you say a woman has a choice, the choice is basically to keep the baby and let it live, or kill the baby.
Well, and I think that there goes the language of a baby. What's a baby? And It goes with anything. It's what your interpretation is. The baby something that's in 3 months in your stomach? Is that considered a baby, or is that considered something in your body, like an embryo or whatever they want to call it? Okay, is it sperm? Is it every time you jack off, you killing a bunch of babies? Like, what is your determination? At what point?
Okay, you know as well as I, you know the science, dude. So once the cells get together and they start creating, they're saying that's the point of conception, right? When the cells start to get together and then they start turning. In my own mind, I'm not a doctor or anything, but my own mind, I think it's around 20 weeks, because when I did my little research on it, babies that are born at 20, 21 weeks still have a chance of living. Once you're at 23 to 24 weeks, you have like an 80% chance those babies live now because of our fucking technology.
So you're saying that 20 weeks should be the cutoff?
I think maybe the heartbeat bill is the best for me. I like that if it has a heartbeat.
Okay, and then I think each state should govern themselves. I don't think it should be a federal law.
And they are, man.
Yeah.
But everybody's upset with Alabama because, you know as well as I do, the Alabama decision, which people voted on, you're talking a whole state, right, voted on that shit. They really did it to put it up to Supreme Court to go after Roe versus Wade. And
it's going to get knocked down because it's too restrictive. That's why Robertson didn't support it, because he's a pro-life. You know, he's a pro-life guy, and they think that that bill going there as it is too restrictive to get it passed through the Supreme Court. Well, they'd have to water it down for that to get passed.
I think there's 5 states that are going after it the way Alabama is. There's already 12 states that have the heartbeat bill, right? Mm-hmm. So you're talking 17 states right there already. They got these strict. There's only 2 states that really got real extreme abortion laws the other way, and that's New York, where you can have an after-birth abortion, right? And
no, I don't. Everything I read on that was that once the baby's born with the live heartbeat, that it's doctor's code to actually save the life.
Watch the video.
I read everything. I read the law. I read the law from beginning to end.
I'm not saying read it. I'm saying watch the congressman from Virginia, who's a doctor, talks about delivering the baby. We set the baby aside. We make sure the mother's fine. And then we have a talk with the doctors about what we're going to do. The baby's sitting over there fucking crying, right?
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Yeah, I'm
not following that.
That's perfectly legal.
No,
it's perfectly
I read
legal.
The law. It said that's ridiculous. That what you're
saying, I will
bet your interpretation, because I read the law, the New York law. I went and read through it all, and it said once a child is born, it is the governing right of that state, the federal government, and the doctor's right to keep that child alive. That is their code. That is their ethics.
This is being recorded right now, so I'm going to bet you 2 cheeseburgers, a 6-piece nugget,
no onions,
large fry, and a large drink.
Okay, but
it's perfectly legal to kill the baby.
I'm going to show you the law, and you're going to say, no, watch this YouTube video. And I'm going to say, no, this is the law.
I'm going to show you the video where the dude's talking about it.
I'm going to show you the law, the actual law.
Okay.
I don't see any doctor, unless it's like in a third world country, having a baby that's born and then fucking killing it, euthanizing it. I don't see that happening. That doesn't even make sense.
Let's shake on it.
All right, let's shake on it.
Fucking meal right here. You guys seen it?
All right.
Give me a good handshake, dude. What is that? Fucking... Goddamn, dude.
Sorry.
It's all right. So bottom line is, I'm for life. Weller wants to kill babies.
See, that's the thought process of people, though. It's like, if you're not pro-life and against abortions, you're fucking going to hell. Like, no, I don't believe in abortions, but I believe in right to choose. I don't believe in cheating on your spouse, but it still happens, and it's still in the commandments.
No, I'm with you, man.
So we should outlaw that. So if you cheat on your spouse, you should go to jail.
No, I think me and you are closer. We're under the same impression about fucking. There is times abortion it's going to happen, dude, but I think it needs to happen soon. Like, I think this is the other thing. If you're raped, right, they need to catch that motherfucker that's raping you. And if they don't, fucking...
No, 100%. But you're saying, the key is, you keep saying, I think. Like, who the fuck are you? Who the fuck am I?
I'm a voter. I make change.
That's fine, but I'm not. That's not the woman. Let the women decide upon that. What is the fucking guy deciding what a woman does with her body? They're not telling me I have to be fucking circumcised, or they're not telling me I have to be fucking snipped. They're not going to tell me that. I'm not going to let the law decide.
Well, we're not telling them they have to fucking get their tubes tied.
No, we're telling them that they can't have an abortion. If they get pregnant, if they get raped, if they get fucking molested, we're saying no. You have to have the child. No. I wouldn't force my daughter to fucking be raped if she was raped or molested to fucking have a child. I'd be like, no, you can have an abortion. I support you. I would say, well, that's against God's law. I would say, well, you know what? Shit happens, and we're gonna say, you know what, God, we're sorry about that, but this is the decision we're making, and I hope you see in our hearts that's not how the kind of people we are, and hopefully you forgive us.
But you're saying right there, you're overlooking the whole point. You say that's not the kind of people we are, but you are if you're killing the baby, dude.
That's not the kind of people we are.
If you're killing a baby, you're the type of people that are killing a baby.
I'm not killing no fucking baby, dude.
What are you talking about?
If it's inside you.
Yeah.
If you just said if it has a heartbeat.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Heartbeat. Before a heartbeat.
Before a heartbeat, it's not killing them.
I don't even know if it's a baby before a heartbeat, dude. Like I said, my wife changed my mind on that point because it's like a tadpole, and I've looked at the different stages.
I said at a certain point, there should probably be restrictions. But first of all, I'm not the guy to make restrictions because I'm not a woman. I shouldn't be making those laws. It's like me making laws for homosexuals. Like, who the fuck am I? I'm not gay. I don't know what they go through. Why am I making a law for homosexuals? Why am I making a law for women? Like, have those people make the laws for themselves.
Personally, I think we should have less laws, but that's the way I think about shit.
Well, what do you mean you're less laws? You're just more restrictive on abortions.
No, I'm just on killing.
When it fits your narrative.
No, when it's killing, right?
It's killing.
That's when it crosses my mind.
No.
Like, you could be a crackhead. I don't care if you want to do crack, right? But if you start fucking other people up, or you start stealing from other people, or you kill other people, then I'm against you doing fucking crack.
Well, crack is illegal, but you said the law is a law.
Yeah, but you can get crack anywhere. You can get crack in Galt. You can get crack in West Sac, dude.
You can get crack along with a bologna sandwich.
Dude, that's a fucking... that's a combo meal. All right, we'll close out abortion.
Who are we?
Just two dudes that know all the answers.
What do you got, Frage?
Let me see, dude.
We had abortion.
Let's do how about shit versus dick?
What is that? Oh.
Here we go again, because neither one of us are gay.
Right, we're talking about shit we don't know. So Fraser takes a big old shit and he says, man, that feels good.
It was like a fucking Snickers bar shit.
And so you're saying that maybe that's how it feels to get a dick in the ass. You're thinking maybe that's how does it feel like a nice big shit?
I don't know, man. Fucking okay. So you take little you take cat turd shits, right? Like little tiny.
Yeah, my butthole's fucking small, dude.
Yeah, mine's an exit only.
Mm-hmm.
My wife has a few times tried to put because we used to tie each other up and shit, right?
I don't want to know.
Okay, well, we used to tie each other up and shit, and she tried fucking going after my butthole one time. And I was like, hell no, I don't care what the fuck you read in Red Book or fucking Women's Health or whatever magazine you think that was fucking cool. I don't want nothing up my butthole.
Yeah, right. This thing smells like shit.
Yeah, it smells like your shit. So, that's why we have these answers we have no idea to.
So you're not into pegging?
All I'm saying is when you take a nice hard turd, it feels good going out, dude, and then your belly feels better and fucking...
So you wonder if it feels like that when you're fucking a top... How do you decide who your favorite top or a bottom?
I don't know that either, dude. What do two tops get together?
Dude, it would be nice to have a gay guy on the show so we could ask him these questions.
We got to get a cool gay guy, though, man. Yeah. If you guys know any cool gay guys, hook us up.
I'm curious. Like, and I'm all for it. You happy? Live your life. That's cool.
You think Three-Way would come on and answer some of these questions?
He's not going to admit he's gay.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. I mean, but whatever. Maybe we could have E-Rock on, but I don't know. They say, I'm curious.
There's got to be something in your butthole that makes it feel good. Otherwise, they wouldn't do it.
They say you can orgasm from your butthole, right?
I don't know.
But then I heard somebody say you have to be jacking yourself off while somebody's fucking you to have... But that doesn't make sense. Then you're doing something different.
I think there's something up in your butthole, like kind of like a G spot.
Even you doing that makes me quench. I was like, no, that would hurt. That would hurt. That's what when you get to a certain age, you have to get a prostate check, right?
Yeah.
And I was telling, I was telling my dad, I'm like, yeah, I'm probably gonna end up dead. Because I'm probably not gonna happen. He goes, well, you have to. I'm like, no, I don't. I don't have to. Well, you have to get checked, otherwise you get prostate cancer, and if you catch it early, I said, then I'll probably just die because I'm not getting nothing up my ass. I'm sorry.
We had a family member in my family. They found some shit in there, dude, and they went in and got it out, and he's all good now. But if he would have let it go, he would have been fucked, dude.
But he took it up the ass.
Just a finger, dude.
Yeah, well, he got fingered up the ass.
And that's why when I look at my doctors,
that's why I don't have respect for him no more.
No, when I look at my doctors, I look at the size of their hands.
If he would have died like a man, I would have more respect for him.
Yeah. You're gonna get, dude. I think it's 50 now.
That's what I heard. Yeah.
I think it's 50.
Ooh, that's fucking light years away, because that's probably not happening. I'm gonna get 50. I'm gonna say, well, I'm gonna wait till I'm 55. I'm gonna be 55. I'm gonna say, oh, I'm gonna wait till I'm 60.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put it off 5 years, but I don't know, dude. It's not my gig, but I'm curious to see if that's true. I mean,
I don't know, man, because there's a lot of gay people, man. I mean, not as many as TV puts out there. Like, every TV show's got a gay person in it now.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you don't know anybody behind closed doors, what they really do.
What do you think the percentage of gay is in the United States?
I'd say 15%.
That's crazy. I'll say less than 3%.
Really? I don't know. What would you consider gay? Bisexual, I consider gay.
Yeah, well, I think if it falls under LGBTQI, all those things, if it falls under that, that's gay.
Dude. Fuck it. If you're bisexual, you're gay.
Yeah, I don't know if.
So that's why I would say it would be a higher percentage, dude. Because three-way got it up the ass a couple times. So I would say, okay.
Let's ask Siri, dude. Hey Siri, what is the percentage of gay people in the United States?
No answer.
An estimated 4.1% of adults identify as lesbian, gay, bisexual, or transgender in the United States.
Dude, I said 3. 1%
I think that's bullshit, dude. I don't think people are coming out, dude. I think there's a lot of people who are like fucking undercover.
I think that's higher because I think a lot of people that think they're gay now, once they really get some pussy, then they're like, oh shit, I like pussy.
I don't know. What are we talking about? We're talking about
shit versus dick.
Shit versus dick. What's better?
Yeah, dude. I don't know, man. Fucking think about it, bro. Because it's got to feel good, right? That's why they're having.
It's got to feel good. Fuck you. I don't know if it's got to feel good.
Dude, they're having sex that way, so.
No, it doesn't have to feel good, dude. No, it would never feel good for me.
How many girls?
You're trying to sell it to me. I'm not buying it, Frage.
Okay, I'm not asking you to buy it.
I'm not taking it up the ass. You're not going to get me, dude. You're not going to get me, bro.
I'm just saying.
Wants to get me drunk and say, it feels good, Weller. It feels just like a shit. I'm telling you. Weller, stop fighting it.
Dude, I'm just saying, man. If you drink one beer, you're not an alcoholic. All right?
Yeah, you take one dick. Not my gig, bro.
Well, you already said earlier you would suck your own dick. So
no, I wouldn't.
Yes.
I said no, I wouldn't. I would never admit that.
You would never tell anybody that.
That's why I've never jacked off before. Because I've never been caught. You can't say I've jacked off because I've never been caught. So I've never jacked off before.
Dude, you'd rather be a liar than a jack-offer?
I'd rather be a liar than jack-offer.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I'd rather be a jack-offer.
That's right, man.
I'm just trying to prove a point here, Fraser.
I know, but see,
you're not listening to me.
I'm fucking working. I got the workaround going, dude.
So then that goes. You want to start into honesty? Be honest.
There you go.
We're talking about people coming out. We're talking about jacking off and shit. Let's talk about honesty in this world, dude. When you get older, I think you become more honest. You realize that there's the repercussions are less. Like, no one's gonna fucking punch you in the mouth if you never seen that movie before. Like, if whatever. Like, why lie about anything anymore? I mean, there is a point where I tell my kids, like, you can. And I guess it's your interpretation of lies when somebody says, how do I look? And you want to be polite. You say, oh, you look good. Like, you don't want to hurt people's feelings. Like somebody who never dresses up or is overweight or something, and they finally feel good about themselves and they like, oh, I lost like 10 pounds and how do I look? You're like, oh, you look good. Like, you could say, no, you're still fucking fat as fuck. But you just kind of be, there's a place to maybe lie. I guess if you take that as lie, is not to hurt somebody's feelings. And then there's another one where you do something that's fucked up and you get in an accident or whatever and you say, yeah, I fucking did that.
Do you think you could have this conversation with your wife and say, babe, let's not lie to each other anymore, right?
Mm-hmm.
How long do you think your marriage lasts?
Let's not lie to each other anymore?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think, when you say that, I'm trying to think of something that I lie about, and I don't think I really lie about anything. I mean, there's really not too much. I don't lie about nothing. But I don't really do a whole lot. Like, I go to work, I come home, my check goes directly into the bank. I don't spend no money. I don't know what really I lie about. What would be something you would lie about? Give me an example.
Maybe her friends, or the way she dresses, or
no, I don't like it. When she could ask her. That's what we fight about, because she'll put some on and say that looks like shit. I don't like that. Or she trust me, she'll tell you. She goes, I don't even ask him no more because he'll say that looks terrible. Or her friends, I'll say I don't really care for them.
Do these jeans make my butt look fat?
I'll say yes. Don't buy them because that's the first thing she'll do. She'll try it on pants. Yeah. I'll say nah. It makes your ass look flat, or it makes your ass look stupid, or whatever. I'll say it looks you look like you got camel toe. Like, I'll tell her straight out. Like, so I don't think we lie about a whole lot. She might lie to me.
Yeah.
As far as like, oh, you're a good guy. But I don't really lie to her too much. I don't know. What do you lie? Like, what do you lie about? What do you think you lie about in a normal marriage? What do you think you lie about?
Probably
money.
We have separate accounts.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. So we don't.
I think we're on the same page as money, because I don't spend money. She really don't spend money. We just pay bills, dude.
Yeah. Well, that's what we're gonna try.
But okay, then what is that? Maybe help out the marriage to be a better marriage? Is that you don't have no real like big lies? I mean, of course you lie about little shit, but did you?
I don't know. Like, what about like fucking? She calls you and she'll say, "Are you busy?" You go, "Yeah, I'm busy."
Yeah. I do that all the time. I'll say, yeah, I'm busy. What's up? No, I just
you ain't doing that. You're playing fucking Candy Crush.
No, I don't do that.
She just fucked your game up. I don't play Candy Crush
either. So what do you think you lie about in a relationship? Like, honesty, like, or even like as an employee, would you lie to keep your job if you think your job is at risk?
I think most people would, man.
But would you lie to put someone else at risk?
I don't know, because the thing about a lie is when you get caught, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're going to see this with Comey. It's coming up with Comey.
Ooh.
Because he's told lies. He's on tape going both ways on certain things. He said this and then he said that, right? So he's told a lie. Now, there comes a point when you're telling a lie where you got to just confess and say, oh, I was fucking around. I was lying. Or you extend the lie and make it bigger. And like you said, maybe you're affecting more people, dude.
Well, that's what I'm trying to knock out of my little boy right now. My son is I'll say something, he'll go do something completely. I'm like, what are you doing? He said, oh, I thought you said that. And I said, how could you think I said that? I'm like, oh no, what I thought was, and he'll start going on this. I was like, no. He go, okay, well I didn't hear you. Well, okay, if you didn't hear me, then how did you do that? Why did you do that instead of this? Well, it's not that. I say, I'm gonna keep going until you admit that you fucked up. Just say I fucked up, Dad. No, I fucked up. I messed up, Dad. I messed up. Just say that. It's okay to say that, but it's not okay to continue to fucking try to figure out how to continue to lie about something so small and just say, you know what? I thought I heard that. My bad. I screwed up. Just say that. Like, that's why I tell people at work, just tell me the truth. Who fucking cares?
Yeah.
Like,
you're not going to get grounded. You're not going to get your fucking phone taken away.
You're not going to get spanked.
Yeah.
Like, don't you have more respect for somebody who said, hey, by the way, I fucked this up. I want to show you. Okay, cool. Let's figure it out right now. Let not tell me and then me see it later on. I'm like, fuck, we're in a fucked up spot. If I would have known a week later before, we could have fixed it. Like, this is what I don't understand, the whole lying thing. I don't get it. Like, I mean, my brother, he's a compulsive liar, right? He'll tell me he's seen a movie and then he fucking never seen it. Like, why even lie about that?
Well, see, I get that with fucking games all the time. They'll be like, hey, I said, did you watch the Dodger game last night? Oh, yeah, I watched it.
Why? Why?
You saw the box score on ESPN, or you saw the highlights. Because I asked you, you see that fucking, when the dude went in the crowd and he fucking hit the beer out of the girl's hand? And he's like, yeah. I know you did.
For what? Why?
I know you didn't.
An error on the caution of honesty. Like say, I didn't really see the whole thing. I kind of seen a highlight of it or whatever. Yeah. That's what I always say. I didn't see the whole thing. I seen a highlight. Or if I watch a game like 3/4, I'll go, I only watched about 3/4. I didn't get to watch all the whole game. Yeah. Like, who cares? Who are you trying to impress by lying about this shit? That's why maybe that helps in a better marriage or be a better employee, but I just don't understand the dishonesty in this world. But as you get older, I think you start realizing, like, why the fuck did I lie about that? Like, what was there to gain out of that?
Well, you look about it, man. There's been a lie in the fucking news for the last 2.5 years about the president colluding with Russia, right? It's a lie, man. And it's been proven it's a lie. But this is what we're putting out there, and now everybody kind of accepts lying.
Yeah, I think there's too many people lying about too much shit. And the president does no favors and some of the stuff he says too, where you're like, what the fuck? And it was like, well, it's just baby lies. It's just baby. But it's when you start baby lying, people think you're lying all the time, right? So when the president says, and I understand what you're saying when you tell me, like, yeah, that's the greatest ever, or that's the biggest crowd there ever was, or I'm the first president to have this greatest thing, and you're looking up the information like, no, you're not. You're not even close. Like, yeah, those are baby lies, but then can you really trust people who are always baby lying all the time?
Well, I think that braggadocious thing to him isn't lying, because in his mind he thinks he has the greatest.
But that, it is a lie. The things you go and fact check, you're like, fuck, that was a complete lie. And it says, well, it didn't really affect anybody, didn't hurt nobody. But when somebody is always doing that with me, like my brother, right? He's always doing that. I'm like, he tells me something. I'm like, I don't believe what he's saying, because all those little lies. You're telling me you're not going to lie about something big? So then I don't trust you. Just be honest.
You mean like Ricky Dance's daughter?
That's... He said his name, too. You know what's funny is I just got sent this right now. I'll show you. Look at that.
That's great.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, dude. Well, fucking close out lies, dude. Everybody tell the truth, man. God damn. What do we got? We got a...
You were going to tell me how fucking you had questions for job interviews?
Oh, we can hit that real quick. Yeah, like, I think they should change the job interview thing. Like, instead of like, did you go to school? Yes. Okay. What job did you have before? Mm-hmm. This and that, right? Because unless you're an older person and you've been in the trade for a while, right? And you know the job, that's a different scenario. But if you're a new person trying to get a new job, I think there's some questions they should ask you, like, do you know how to clean a fish? Right? Because if you know how to clean a fish, that means you caught a fish. Mm-hmm. That means you set up the time to go out fishing, get your gear, put all that shit together. To me, if you say you can clean a fish, that tells me a lot about you. And there's a lot of questions you can ask a new interviewer like that. Like I was telling you about changing a tire, right? Mm-hmm. You give them a scenario where you're like... you have AAA, but you're going to be late for an appointment. You're 30 minutes away. Do you change the tire yourself, or do you call AAA, wait an hour, and then show up to the appointment late, you know?
Mm-hmm. See, that's where it gets, and like we talked about this before, is like not everybody's made to do certain jobs. So I think a human resource job, person that interviews these people, has to be able to fucking gauge a person's personality too. Like it's different for us, like in construction, because when you're looking for a job, you come to the job site and you ask for a job. So this happens all the time. I mean, when it's slow, you have a lot of people coming all the time, 2 or 3 people a day. So you gauge it. You're like talking to them like, oh, what do you do? Or like, and you could just tell, like, okay, this guy's kind of shady. He's going to be a problem later on. Like, there's a lot of people who are going to be problems later on. They're gonna act like they get hurt. They're going to fucking steal people's tools. They're going to be fucking not showing up on time. Whatever. I can gauge it pretty good. So I'll say, you know what? I don't have nothing right now. Check with me a couple weeks. Another guy will come up. He'll be like, hey, just looking for work. You know, the job that I was doing just ended. And I was like, well, how long you been doing this? You know, and I'll say, okay, this guy seems like he's just looking for work. Yeah. Like he's a good guy. And then I always tell him, okay, if it doesn't work out, it's not personal. Like if you start showing up late, you got to miss days and all this shit, you know, you have a million excuses. I'm just gonna let you go, and you can gauge it off their expression. So I can say, okay, this guy's gonna be a pretty good guy. I could probably hire this guy. But I have guy who's just like moving around and come, hey, dude, man, I'm fucking badass.
He
dude,
smells like bologna.
Yeah, I'm like, fucking dude, man. You know, I'll work hard, man. I'll tell you right now. You know, my last boss, he's a fucking asshole, man. If they start talking like that, like my last boss is an asshole, and I'm like, he's trouble. Yeah. So I'm like, you know what? Check back with me in a little while. But I think human resources should be, like you said, you should be able to gauge it instead of running these normal fucking questions like, have you ever been convicted of a felony? What have you done in your last job? Like, these are just monotonous questions that doesn't really tell anything about the person.
I'll give you an example. I know of this kid that got hired at work, and on his job application, he knows. The kid's smart. He's a smart kid. He knows that the computer is going to read his file, right? Mm-hmm. Before it ever gets transferred to a human being.
Yeah.
So he has all these code words in there. and he'll say something like,
they're like trigger words.
Like he says he has plumbing experience, and then you look under his plumbing experience, and it's because he put in an irrigation system at his aunt's house,
Right.
using PVC Lego pipe PVC, and that's his plumbing experience.
Right. Now, I mean, Sarah was telling me this with the state, because she works for the state. So you continually, you can go move up through the state and you get jobs, and they teach you what words to put in, because she was filling out like a resume.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, she's like, no, don't get involved in my business. They go through and tell her, okay, you put this word in there, you put that word in there.
Yeah.
Those are trigger words. Okay, then an interviewer will see that word, whatever it is, and say, okay, now we got to move that to the next section.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like that. I like being able face to face with somebody and saying like, like you said, hey, just talking. So you don't even have to use that question as part of the interview, but say, hey, have you ever went fishing? You ever cleaned a fish? Like, you can say, okay, this guy's resourceful.
Yeah.
You know, they figure it out. They, you know, they're reliable. Whatever it is, you know what? This is the kind of person I'd want work for me. I think it's a better gauge than these monotonous fucking straight.
Well, let me ask you this: like I was saying about the video games, right? Now, like everybody now has played video games, right? You might have a couple job site, like I got a couple guys at work that they didn't grow up in the video game era, but we did.
Mm-hmm.
We went from Pong to Atari to Intellivision to ColecoVision to Nintendo, Sega. You know, we've seen the whole thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you ask a guy that's our age, hey, what's your favorite video game of all time? Now, if he tells you Galaga or Pac-Man, right, you can tell he put down the video games 20 years ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if you ask a guy our age what his favorite video game is and he says Fortnite, then you know this motherfucker's still going home every night playing fucking video games, dude.
I was just thinking, I heard this guy, dude, he looks like he's a fucking 120 years old dude. And I was thinking if I asked him that, he'd probably say tic-tac-toe.
Yeah.
I mean, this fucker, he looks like
Scrabble.
Charles Manson, dude. Good dude. But,
Checkers.
yeah, checkers. I was like, that'd be a stupid question for me to ask. Hey, what's your favorite video game? Tic-tac-toe.
Or, you know, if they say something like Super Mario Brothers or Zelda, right, then you can say, like, well, did you complete the game? Do you know what happens at the end? And they tell you, yeah, then you know they got some fucking initiative, problem-solving skills to fucking complete the job.
But then you have people that'll slide by. Like, I hired this kid, and he fucking worked his ass off, dude. But he just, maybe late 20s, he had problems. Like, he was an alcoholic. Like, caught him drunk. And I was like, dude, you got to go home. I'll give you a check. It was like a Friday. Give him his check. He fucking went to jail. Got a DUI. Fucking went to jail. Day he got out of jail, I said, you know what? Come back to work. Come out back to work. Lunchtime, he was drunk again. I mean, after multiple chances, I was like, dude, it's time that we break our ties because, you know, you're going to be drunk. You're going to get hurt. You can't be drunk at work. You always got issues that – and I felt bad because when he worked, he was a hell of a fucking worker. Yeah. And he showed up today. He was just a functional alcoholic. And I was like, you got problems you need to work out, and I'm not helping you by continually giving you chances and letting you – you know, it's only hurting you because I'm giving you a check. You're going and getting drunk. You know, I caught him fucking puking a couple times and like, dude, it's time for you to move on. And I felt bad. But and we were talking about that, about firing people and shit like that. I don't even like laying people off because in construction you constantly have to lay people off, and I feel like shit because I'm always thinking of their little kid coming up to him and he have to go tell dad, you know, son, I got laid off today from work or whatever, and I feel like fucking shit. But people get off on that. We've had people foremans that like will fire people in front of other people. Hey, here's your check, get the fuck out of here. Like, I'm like, golly, that's so fucked up.
It's karma, dude.
But people slip by the cracks too, dude. People slip through the cracks.
That's why at my job you got one chance. You got one chance. That's it.
But your PG&E is a lot more strict than construction.
It's one chance. That's it, dude. Fucking, you fuck up once. They'll let you fuck up once, but if it happens again, you're gone.
That's what I don't understand is that when you get an opportunity, why fuck up your opportunity? But it's like some people are just constant losers, dude. Like they just, no matter what they do. We were watching Netflix last night. It was the county jail thing on Netflix. You see that?
No.
It's a
Sacramento County.
Yeah, we were watching that, and the girl was like, she said she was 19, pretty girl. She was in there for carjacking and fucking fighting the police and all kinds of crimes where they're like, no, the bail's like $100,000, and she was going to do some time. Even the other inmates were like, oh shit. And it's like she was crying because she's like, every time my life goes good, I do something fucked up for no reason. It's like some people just have a fucked up, like, you know, I don't want to get into specifics, but if one of my wife's friends, you know, working for DMV was just a good, decent little life, and got into it with a boyfriend, and the boyfriend fucking convinced her to fucking steal IDs from the DMV. Now she's in prison, dude.
Oh fuck!
The kids are being raised by the grandma, and for no reason. Like, you had a good little decent life. Like, you were working for the DMV. You had your kids. You lived. They were going to school. They, you know, like what? I don't get it. I don't get that whole, like, my life's going too good. It's mundane. I'm gonna fuck it up. I don't know. I just don't get it. I'm like, why?
You know, so that's what tie that in is, would you rather have a college degree or a common sense PhD?
We'll transfer to that, yeah.
Because a college degree, anybody can get a college degree as long as you go to school, you go to class. There are plenty of doctors out there that pass medical school with D's.
Mm-hmm.
D's.
C's get degrees. That's what they always say. C's get degrees.
Yeah, so would you rather have that, or would you rather have somebody that fucking...
Well, at least with college...
has life experience, right?
Uh-huh.
Is ahead of the game. You're not going to get over on them in a fucking mind fucked, or you're not going to be able to talk around them and shit, you know? They got common sense. They understand how to merge into traffic.
I know what you're saying, but I also like to see both. I mean, as far as on a higher level, you know, kind of job is like... I see how hard it was. It's not easy graduating from college. Like, there's a lot of things you like. My daughter was getting 18 to 21 units a fucking semester to graduate in 4 years.
Yeah.
Like, and she played basketball, so she was trying to manage her time. And I see how hard it was just to do that. So that tells me that they could stick with something. Because there's a lot of dropouts, college dropouts.
Yeah.
There's probably more college dropouts than there is college graduates. So that tells me, one, that she can stick with it and she's going to finish and complete something. That's a good thing right there. I'm not saying that's bad, but you're right. There is also a level of common sense. But that common sense a lot of times will come with years of experience, right? And we were talking about this earlier, and I was, you know, arguing with my daughter about politics and religious stuff, and she has no real argument about anything because she has no real life experience. And I don't like debate her like me and you talk. Most of the time I just kind of dismiss it like, oh, okay, whatever. I'm not going to sit here when you don't have any real experience behind you, no common sense. Like, oh, Dad, you know, they should have gun laws in California. Well, dear, they do have gun laws. They have the strictest gun laws in America, right? She doesn't know that. Like, how are you going to debate somebody like that? You're just like, oh, okay.
Because there's the emotional argument, right? And that's where she's well versed in, is the emotional argument.
Right, and that's what college teaches you.
Yeah, she's well versed in the emotional argument. But the intelligent side of the argument
is life experience.
And in order to understand the intelligent side, you really have to take both sides. Mm-hmm. You have to say, okay, I'm for abortion and I'm against abortion, right? Mm-hmm. And then, like me and you, I think we both came to some answer. Common ground that's between both.
Right. There's a common sense in a lot of things.
And all that really does is just makes me and you feel better. That's all it's doing, is making us feel better about the argument.
Yeah.
But you do that with anything. Gun laws, fucking traffic, driving, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Well, they were having a debate at work, and and I saw both points. I didn't even fucking say anything. I was just listening. And should everybody be able to have a gun? Absolutely, 100%. You know, not everybody, but there should be, you know, sane people should have a fucking gun. Should you have arsenal that's military use, like the guy was talking about, you know, probably not. I don't see, you don't know how much fun it is. Okay, but what if it falls in the wrong hands, right? Okay, I understand both arguments. Like, sure, have a gun. Do you really need a fucking gun that shoots bullets fucking 7 inches long and will fucking shoot fucking 1,000 bullets a fucking second, or whatever it is? I don't know nothing about guns. Do you really need that? Probably not. Can you do a lot of damage with that? Yeah. Should there be some restrictions? Sure. There's some common sense somewhere in everything.
Well, I think, especially with guns, man, it sticks out in my mind. If you want to do bad, you're not following the laws to begin with. If I wanted to go get a gun that shoots 7-inch bullets and 1,000 a minute, I'm pretty sure I can find one, right?
1,000 a minute is slow, though, right? You're talking about 1,000 a second?
Yeah, 1,000 a second would be better.
Right? I don't know.
I got a couple guns shoot 1,000 a minute.
I don't know nothing about guns, so.
No, I'm just teasing, man. But think about it, man, because you could put all the laws. You look at the laws we have on drugs alone, right?
Mm-hmm.
Crack's illegal, coke's illegal, weed was illegal, acid, heroin, all that shit's illegal, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you have people that are addicted to it, so they're getting it all the time.
Yeah, and I think that's where marijuana comes. People are starting to realize, wait a second here, this is not common sense. The marijuana is not killing all these fucking people. Pharmaceutical drugs is killing all these people.
Fuck yeah.
But marijuana, like, I think that's where common sense is starting to play into effect. Like, all these dinosaurs dying off, these politicians are like, wait a second here.
Well, look at Denver just passed magic mushrooms are legal now. You can eat mushrooms.
Oh, this is just the start, dude. This is just the start. I think that we should be paying more attention to these pharmaceutical companies, but hey, they have the most money.
Look at me. Well, so I was on the weed for like 17 years, grew it myself, actually had a good little home business with it, selling to the clubs and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then work says, no, you can't smoke weed anymore, right? So what happens? My alternative is prescription medication.
Well, just got to be killing your insides.
And I know it is, man. There's no way I should be on this for long-term shit.
Look at the CBDs, dude. Well, look at all the CBDs. People are swearing by CBDs, and
dude,
but you can't do it. In a lot of places, you can't do it.
I can't, but I can take pharmaceutical shit. And now, instead of me growing it, instead of me taking care of myself without any money transferring hands, you got 4 pharmaceutical companies getting paid for the 4 drugs that I take, dude.
Mm-hmm.
And that's legal.
That still make no sense.
It doesn't, man. It's not common sense.
It's not common sense.
That's what we don't have. We don't have common sense politicians.
No.
That's the problem.
No. And I think like this, what's the AOC coming up with all kinds of shit is only hurting the brand. And their brands, let's get it straight. Republican is a brand. Democrat's a brand. Yeah. Libertarian's a brand. All these are brands. So AOC, the shit she's coming up with, is just hurting the brand. It's not helping the brand, right? There's no and that's where I kind of get it with my daughter is like the AOC is the same way. She's just kind of young, getting out of college, has this opinion of this.
She's almost 30, bro.
But still, there's no life experience. It's all educated life experience, right?
Did you see where they showed her a garbage disposal? Did you see that?
I heard something, whatever, but
she didn't know what it was. Because they're outlawed in New York City.
There has to be somebody in your life to fucking throw some common sense or some life experience in your face. Hey, that's a little ridiculous now. You're getting off the fucking cuff. But, hey, I know we're going over, but that was like me talking to my daughter about, like, okay, she really left liberal. And then it got to where, well, I don't understand why I got to tip everybody, and I don't understand why people are taking so much taxes out of my check. It was like, dear, you're starting to think conservative now. When it affects your check, now all of a sudden you're conservative.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. And when you start getting older, we come to a middle ground. We start using more common sense. We start,
Okay, so you take $1. You made $1, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you made that $1, California took 12%. So now your $1's 88 cents, right?
Right.
You take your 88 cents and you buy something, California takes another 8 cents. So you take your $1 that you made. By the time you spend it, California...
And the federal government.
Well, I'm just talking California, though. California took 20 cents out of your $1 that you made in California and you spent in California. That's 1/5 of your income. That's a big chunk, dude.
No, that's why I tell her. I say, hey, look at it like this. Think of 3 or 4 months out of the year you're working for free.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
So just think, okay, this next 3 months, I'm working for free.
It's May. It's May now. With the federal government and all that shit involved.
Right.
You work January to May.
That's what I'm telling her.
For the government.
If you think about it, it starts making you sad. You're like, fuck, I just worked the last 3 months for free.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the fucking bottom half and the upper half are fucking getting everything that they fucking want.
That's right. Rich are getting richer, poor are getting poorer. The poor that are poor are going to stay poor.
Right.
They're not climbing out of that shit.
I don't know. We'll figure it out. And a couple more episodes, we'll probably have it all dialed in and fucking the world will be a better place.
Well, you already got a PhD in common sense, bro. Love you guys. Don't forget to hit subscribe. If all you had one person tell a friend to subscribe, we could double this bitch up.